Hello and welcome. My name is Jennifer. I'm one of the adventure managers here at AdventureWomen, and today I wanted to speak to you a little bit about our trip to Greece. I'm very grateful to say I was able to join for our trip to Greece last year in September, so I'm speaking from my memories and my personal experience and to help give you some information about what the trip has to offer, what I think are the best highlights, and some tips for preparation. So, just as a quick overview, the trip we offer it in the fall. We tend to have dates in September and October, and this is really an ideal time to go to Greece because you are still in the summer energy. You have the summer warmth without the intense scorching heat that you might get in July or August, and also without the intensity of crowds that you would definitely get in July and August. There are still plenty of people there. There are tourists, but you're later in the season, so it's not at that peak where you can't move because there's so many people that want to come to Greece and experience it. So this is really the prime time to go. And the itinerary we offer is just really spectacular as an opportunity to experience different sides of Greece, different cultures um, within the collective Greek culture, um, different art, different history, and also the present day energy of each place is unique, and it's just an incredible diverse experience to travel to these three locations within the country of Greece. So just wanted to show you the map of where you'll be visiting throughout this trip. You're going to start your trip in Athens. So you will fly into Athens to their international airport. The first few days of the trip will be in Athens. You will take about a half a day trip down to Cape Sunio. We'll travel there by bus, and you'll be back in the evening after dinner. You'll spend some time walking around Athens. It's a perfect amount of time to see the sites and get a feel for the history and the present day experience before you fly on to Crete, the island of Crete. And so you will fly into you will fly to Crete, and then you will visit and have lunch in Hania, which is an incredibly beautiful ancient city. You will be spending a few nights in Rethymno, where your resort is right on the ocean, right on the water. You'll have some downtime. You can spend a beach day if you'd like to go to the beach and lounge. There's chairs and everything you need will be provided for you to have a nice, relaxing beach day. You could also opt to take that day and walk around the city and explore and shop and eat. There's plenty to see and plenty to do, and the guide will be there to give you some suggestions if you have things you want to do. So your time in Rethymno is sort of a mix of downtime and structured activities. It's a great balance, really, so you can get to relax and experience the laid back culture of the island life. You'll also get to visit the city of Heraklion, which has a lot of history and also a vibrant culture unto itself today. And from there, you will depart by ferry and travel to Santorini, the island of Santorini. It's a much smaller island, but it is very iconic, very beautiful. It's behind me here. If you can see my little photo background, this is one of the photos from Santorini with the iconic blue domed churches. So there's a lot of blue and white. An incredible photo background. If you if you want to take some pictures of yourself that you want to show your family and friends, this is the place to do it. And of note, the trip does end in Santorini, so there is not a flight back to Athens included in the cost of the trip. So when you book your return flights, you want to book them out of the Santorini airport. Alternatively, you could opt to take a ferry back to Athens and fly out of the Athens airport that way. Some past guests have also chosen to tack some days on their own and take ferries to other nearby islands, which is very simple to do. So if you wanted to carry on your own and explore some more Greek islands, it's a great opportunity to do that. But the trip will end in Santorini, so you will make your way back to Athens through flight or ferry, and most likely fly out of Athens to return back home. So, what I would call the highlights of this trip are history, culture, beauty, and food. Um, I mean, I think it goes without saying that the history of Greece is pretty rich, uh, pretty enormous, and the cultural influences of that history have rippled throughout Western civilization. So we are living with a lot of what was born in Greece, like democracy. So it's incredible to get to be in the birthplace of, philosophy and the modern political system and all of these different aspects of the culture that we know that were born on the land there in Greece. Also, you're going to get to see and experience the Cretan culture, which is its own sort of unique version of ancient culture and ancient history. And in both of those places in particular, it's a really overpowering and wonderful experience. Everywhere you go in Greece, there's beauty. There's so much beauty, especially in the islands. The water, the sea, the architecture, the olive groves, the vineyards, the food, everything is just really spectacular. So please bring a camera because there are so many photo opportunities. It's amazing. And you'll also capture these memories in your mind and you'll be able to carry them with you as I do. So, just a little overview in Athens, where you'll spend your first few days. You're going to be in a hotel, great hotel accommodations right in the middle of the city. So, you are in the center of things. You can walk around, you can get to local restaurants, local shopping. You'll be able to walk to a lot of the historical sites that you're going to see, do walking tours of the city. So do prepare for some walking in Athens. In particular, that's where you'll do most of your on foot travel, just because it's a large, metropolitan European area. There's also great public transportation, but a lot of what you'll be seeing during your sightseeing, you'll have an excellent guide with you who will be providing you with so much information and knowledge. You'll be learning a lot throughout the trip. But make sure to bring good walking shoes, a little bit of good tread. Not because you're going to be hiking on, rolling landscape of rolling hills, but because you're going to be on marble actually. So when you go up to the Acropolis, it actually can be a little bit slippery up there. So make sure to bring comfortable walking shoes with good tread because you're going to be walking on some ancient rocks. So and some cobblestone streets. So just be prepared for that. It's not a super highly active trip. It's a easygoing pace, but most of your walking will be done when you're in Athens. So you're going to get to visit a lot of the ancient historical sites. You're going to get up close and personal with the Parthenon. You're going to get to go to the Acropolis Museum. You're going to get to see art. You're going to get to see ruins. You're going to get to learn a lot. You're also going to have the opportunity to meet with a Greek actress and learn a little bit about the theater, which is another significant component of ancient Greek culture and present day Greek culture. And you'll get to learn a little bit about the theater world through a female perspective, in terms of acting, directing, and writing. What women can and do within the arts in Athens present day. It's a very interesting conversation. You can ask her questions, and you'll be able to learn a little bit more about the arts in Athens today. During your time in Athens, you'll also take a little day trip by bus down to visit the Temple of Poseidon. This is a really special, beautiful. This is when you start to see the natural beauty. You'll get the glimpse. You'll get more of it in the islands, but you'll start to see the natural beauty of the sea. You can go into the sea. It is warm and inviting. The fresh air, the sunsets, the food is incredible here. You'll have a wonderful dinner here. Just the combination of the history, the beauty, and the energy at the sort of southern peninsula, a little bit south of Athens, is really it's a very special day. And then you'll return to Athens in the evening by bus. And then you'll be flying onto Crete. And Crete, you're going to see a few different angles and sides of Crete. You're going to get to see, like I said, the sort of the ancient city in Hania. You're going to get to be in the vineyard and the olive groves. You're going to get to go inland a little bit into the villages, where you'll get to experience some of the artisan work and pottery making. The group photo pictured there is taken on the oldest road in Europe. It is 3,500 years old. So we are standing our feet truly on and in history, where it's an incredible feeling, and a little bit hard to comprehend the depth of the history that we're touching. Walking along a road that has been here for thousands of years. It's a really incredible experience. Also in Crete, we get this is a real highlight of the trip, I think, is our cooking class with Chrysula. Chrysula is a Greek woman who lives in Crete. She is Cretan. She lives in this beautiful home overlooking a vineyard, or I think it's more of an olive grove. And the food is all farm to table, essentially. She's either grown it there on her land, or her brother nearby has grown it and brings it over to her. Everything that they use for cooking, it's fresh, it's in season. And so the cooking styles will change throughout the year based on what is in season at that time. You will have plenty of fresh tomatoes, fresh gourds, eggplants, and zucchini, and grape leaves. You're going to get to learn how to cook the authentic, the authentic food of the culture. You'll cook it and you'll eat it, and it is in the most beautiful setting. And Chrysula is a wonderful, wonderful person. This is a real highlight on many levels. And here's just a little preview of what you might get to eat and make there. Moussaka, plenty of Greek salad, lots of fresh olive oil. And if I can offer a tip, take some olive oil home with you, because it is the most fresh and delicious olive oil from Crete that you'll probably get. And then, so our journey into the villages and getting to experience some of the artisan work, the pottery and marguerites. You'll get to see some really impressive and beautiful pottery that is made and sold and has quite a long history, family histories as well of artisans. But you'll also get the experience to be hands-on and get some clay in your hands and get to practice and learn, and make something of your own. And you get to do it sitting under the shade of a beautiful tree in an olive grove. So it's a really relaxing, peaceful, just very special day. You can really be present when you're creating something with your hands in this beautiful natural setting. And you'll also get to experience the vineyard, the winery, and have plenty of wine tasting at this lunch, where the food is phenomenal. And throughout, you'll be getting to taste the different wines that are local, from this vineyard. And when you have seen all there is to see in Crete, you are going to move along to Santorini, and you're going to travel there by ferry. It's a really fun experience to travel on the ferries in the Greek islands. So we wanted to have that sort of authentic experience as well built into this itinerary. So you get to board the boat and make your way across the sea over to Santorini. It's not so far. It's not one of the longer ferry rides, but it might be an hour or two. It can get a little bit bumpy, so you just want to make sure, if you're somebody who's prone to seasickness, I would bring some aids, some remedies to help you feel better, feel comfortable. It's dependent on the how the ocean is that day. excuse me, and it can get a bit windy in the fall months. So just be prepared if you're somebody who gets motion sickness, and even if you're not, it doesn't hurt to have a little something for a remedy. Some folks on our trip were very successful using acupressure bracelets that can help. You know, it's no, they're non-drowsy. There's no pills you're taking. It's just an acupressure point on your wrist that can actually really help offset any motion sickness. And it will all be very worthwhile when you get to Santorini, which is, again, just iconic and exquisite and quite a photo backdrop. um, One thing you will notice too, excuse me, during this trip is that especially the Greek women really dress fashionably. They dress very beautifully. So you can choose to have some fun, bring some pretty dresses or some nice clothes that you enjoy wearing. It's not mandatory, but if you want to dress up and feel, chic in this very sort of cinematic background, it's a lot of fun to do that. So you'll get to walk around Ia, the iconic Blue Dome city here, and you'll have lunch and you'll have a guide bringing you, history and culture and knowledge of this island, which is a smaller island, but it also has its own history, and you'll get to know what life is like for people who live on the island, which is very interesting and cool to learn about. Of course, they have a big influx of tourism for a few months of the year, and then in other times of year, when it's off season, it's very quiet. So you'll get to learn about what the island life is like, even when the tourists have moved along for the season. And your last day in Santorini, you're going to have the opportunity to have your farewell dinner on a catamaran during a sunset cruise around Santorini, looking up at Ia from the water. Again, beauty. It's just breathtaking. It's just the energy and the vista and the ocean air. I mean, it's just wonderful. Bring your bathing suit if you like to swim. You're welcome to jump off the boat at certain destinations where they anchor the boat for you to do that. You are welcome to jump in and do some snorkeling. They will have snorkeling equipment for you and towels. Um, you can, or you can choose to just hang on the boat and enjoy the ocean air. Whatever works for you. It's your time. Um, and you'll have your last dinner together, and really I mean, what better setting to kind of clink glasses and reflect back on the trip that you've just shared together. Um, so it's a fantastic finale to a really wonderful trip. So those are kind of my highlights. There's even more to the itinerary, and I'm happy to answer questions. We're happy to talk about the trip, help with preparation, support, any questions you have. We would love to hear from you. So feel free to give us a call at 800-804-8686 or an email at info@adventurewomen.com. If you have any questions about the trip, if you're interested, you can also check out on our website, www.adventurewomen.com. You can look at the itinerary, some photos, the trip parameters there. And there's also a chat function. So if you have questions and you want to just send a chat to us through the website, you're welcome to do that as well. So we look forward to hearing from you, and I hope we'll see you in Greece.